I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and we are on location on Johns Island at the job site of a new construction home, and we're talking with John Goldfarb, the owner of Riverland Builders. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great, Tim. Thanks.
Good. Now, John, you're the owner of Riverland Builders, so you're a custom builder by trade. Is that right?
That's right. Right. We build custom homes all over Charleston. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, today we're here to talk about a new website, not for Riverland Builders, but for a totally separate business venture that you've launched. And this is kind of a sister company. You still have Riverland Builders, and that's your primary job, right?
That's correct. Yeah, Riverland Builders, we're still out building custom homes, but we started a new company that came out of our building experiences called OrderOnSite.com.
Great, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to be talking to the homeowner, and I understand that this entire house was built with materials that were ordered online at your new website, OrderOnSite.com, right?
That's correct. I think it's probably one of the few, if not the only, homes, certainly in South Carolina, but maybe anywhere, where almost all of the products you see here were all ordered online without having to go to a supply company or to a big box store, that type of thing. Everything was just simply ordered online in a matter of minutes, delivered the next day, and you get the finished product.
Great. Okay. Well, we're going to talk to the homeowner and get have him talk about his experience with OrderOnSite.com, and you're going to give us a demonstration of the website OrderOnSite.com in a couple minutes. But first, let me just start off by having you tell us a little bit about Riverland Builders to start things with.
Sure. Riverland, we started about 8 years ago, and we build in all price ranges of custom homes and do large renovations throughout really the Tri-County area. And we've built Kiowa, Daniel Island, West Ashley, James Island, Edisto, really everywhere in town. We've been lucky enough to survive some difficult times, and we've won some nice awards from the Home Building Association over the years. We've got a nice article coming out in Better Homes and Gardens in June about a product we did a couple years ago. So we're excited about the future, and things are going well.
Good deal. Now, as a builder with Riverland Builders, that's kind of where OrderOnSite.com came from, and you know that old expression, necessity is the mother of invention. What was your experience as a custom builder that kind of led to the idea of starting OrderOnSite.com?
Well, as a small contractor, and we're all kind of in the same boat. If you're a small remodeler, contractor, do-it-yourselfer, that kind of thing, we not only are out in the field every day, but we have to do our own estimates, and most of those estimates happen at 10 o'clock at night because we're out working all day long. And at 10 o'clock at night, we don't have access to inventory or pricing or anything related to what we need for to produce estimates. So I had decided, well, wouldn't it be great if I could go online and I have access to inventory and get real-time pricing, create estimates, and order what I needed. And so I have a partner who's a tech guy, and we created what you see at OrderOnSite.com, which is a pretty great system. And you get access to local vendors, all of their inventory at real-time pricing. So you can see what it costs right there at any time, anywhere. You can be on vacation, you know, at the beach, whatever, and order everything you need. Place your order, and it gets delivered. You can set up delivery. It could be the next day. We deliver within 24 hours. Or if you need it in a week from now, it's right there on your desktop, ready to go.
Now, what we're outside of this guest cottage, new construction that's being built. Just kind of tell us about some of the types of materials that went into this house that were ordered on OrderOnSite.com.
Sure. Well, starting at the beginning, the entire framing package from the ground up was all ordered on OrderOnSite.com. All the exterior, the pressure-treated lumber to build the railings, the columns, all the hardy material, the fiber cement material that makes up the siding and window trim, all the drywall and related items for drywall, the tape, the mud, all that came from OrderOnSite.com. And the homeowner was able to go in, place the order, and it gets delivered the next day. No hassle about where it's coming from, when it's going to be here, how's he going to get it here. all that kind of thing. So it's a great tool for do-it-yourselfers or people who are buying for their contractor.
Yeah, and give us the typical scenario of a do-it-yourselfer, what they typically do if they're not using orderonsite.com.
Sure. Well, if you say you're going to build a deck in your backyard, well, your first trip is to go to a big box store and look at what's available, price it out, that sort of thing. Then you've got to go back. You go back home. You figure out how you're going to get it home. Well, you either have to rent a truck, or maybe you're lucky enough to have a large truck, and you've got to spend half a day there trying to load it and make sure the wood's good, it's not wet or waning or anything like that. So what we enable you to do is just go online. You can see everything right there, all your pricing. If you need 2x10s to build the bands for the deck, it's right there. If you need the decking material, it's right there, whatever you're going to use, whether it be pressure-treated lumber, whether it be a tropical wood like ipe or something like that, or even a composite material like a Trex or something like that. All that's available on site. So you can just simply go to the website, see the price, order it, set up delivery, and you don't have to go through any of that process, and it's free delivery.
Right. So as a homeowner, you're talking about multiple trips to the big box store, and of course that's your time, and then trying to if you don't have a truck, renting a truck or asking a neighbor to loan them their truck and so forth. Just a lot of the hassle factor, and everyone is so pressed for time these days, to spend your whole weekend like that. And then once the project is underway, a lot of times do-it-yourselfers are going to realize that they're short certain materials, or maybe if you've hired someone to help you, they're going to say, okay, we're going to need this and this and this, and that means more trips to the big box store. And how's that avoided with orderonsite.com?
Well, it's the same type of situation. If you find out today that you're short a certain number of materials, simply go online, and you can do that right here at the job, or you can do it at home or wherever you got a computer connection. Order what you need, and it's going to show up within 24 hours. So it's going to be here. If we're short a few materials, we need them tomorrow, we order them, it'll be here tomorrow, be delivered. And we partner with trusted local vendors, so they are going to show up in their truck and deliver it and get what you need. And if there's any issues, you just simply send us an email or call us, and we'll take care of it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, anything you'd like to add about orderonsite.com before we talk to the homeowner and you give us a demonstration of the website?
Well, I think it's just an incredibly unique product that the future of building materials really needs to go in this direction. Everything else is already there. You can buy just about anything you can think of online. Well, lumber and those types of things are incredibly difficult to transport for most people, and this alleviates all those problems. So you get great pricing, you have access to a huge inventory, the materials are all top quality materials that builders are ordering all the time, and we deliver it all for free. So that's really a huge savings, time, money, ease of use. It's all right there for folks to use.
What happens if you do, if the person ordering materials on orderonsite.com maybe does get a board that's warped, or maybe over orders certain materials? What happens with regards to returns?
Yeah, I mean, you just shoot us an email through the site, and we will arrange to have if the materials are not up to the quality that you need, we'll come out and switch them out for you. It's really that simple.
And what about over ordering if you've got leftover materials?
Typically, we'll come out and pick that up for you. There are sometimes a small surcharge for over orders on the customer side.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's we're gonna bring in the homeowner that's building this guest cottage and talk to him about their experience next.
Great.
Okay, now we're talking with the homeowner that is building this new home, Matt Brown. How you doing, Matt?
I'm well, thank you.
Now, Matt, you are acting as your own contractor on this project, right?
Yes, I am.
What's your experience been with Order on Site?
It's been very positive. I mean, I've had a lot of done a lot of orders with them and had really good luck dealing with them, and everything that showed up seems to work right. So,
tell us about your experience from start to finish with ordering materials for your new house with orderonsite.com.
Well, I started with a framing package, and you just figure out everything that you need, and it's easy enough to just plug it in. And the framers told me what they would need, and I ordered it and had it delivered in different sections so that it wasn't all on the site at the same time. So I had everything brought out, and as the house progressed, when we got into other trades, my sheetrocker, I ordered all of his materials. He made a list, and I ordered it right here on the job site and just had it delivered straight here the next day.
What did you like most about orderonsite.com?
The convenience of it is important. I mean, I do work similar to this for a living, and it's really nice to be able to just get exactly what you need and have it here instead of sending guys halfway across town with a trailer to get everything that you would need.
Yeah, and I think a lot of business people have had that experience where they do send one person or two people to the lumber yard or the big box store, and tell us about the disadvantages of something like that.
Well, I mean, I run a very small company, and if I have to send two guys out to get material for anything, whether it's this project or another one that I'm doing, it's cost a lot of money to have, and at some point that has to be passed along to the customer. If I've got to pay two guys who are really good cabinet makers to go to Lowe's, then it's expensive. So this way I can actually do the legwork at night when I'm sitting at home in front of the TV, and I can get everything together, and then I just have it ordered, and it can be delivered when I want it to, whether I'm just quoting the job or actually ready to do it.
And if you're a do-it-yourselfer, and maybe you're either going to the lumber yard yourself, or the contractor is giving you the list, the person you've hired is giving you the list of materials, you're going there yourself, so you're avoiding all of that time and labor and hassle factor, right?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, it takes a lot of time to go through it and get the cart and roll it around one of the big box stores and load everything up and then get it into your truck or whatever you happen to be driving. And it's just the convenience of having everything on the job for anybody. If you're paying somebody, your subcontractor to come in and do a job, and he doesn't have to wait for the material, it's already there. When it's there, when it's supposed to be delivered, and it's just ready. I mean, it saves the time, and then the time turns into money, and it's convenient for your contractors. You're not dealing with, exactly what you're getting, and the bottom line price that you're getting, and the pricing on the website is far superior to what you can get at Lowe's or any big box store. So it makes way more sense to actually order it here, and you've cut out all of the hassles, and then your pricing is better by a long shot.
Right. I kind of think of it sometimes as there are certain things that only I can do, and then there's certain things that anybody can do. Anybody can drive to the lumber yard to pick up the materials, and you hate to pay a skilled craftsman however many dollars an hour that you typically would pay them to do the installation of the materials, to drive to the lumber yard and spend all that time picking it out and so forth.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, I think people tend to know that there's supply houses in town that you can get better pricing at, but it's very intimidating for a homeowner to walk into a place where you have, most contractors would have a sales representative, and it's hard to walk in and feel comfortable ordering what you need. You don't know who you're supposed to talk to. It's not the same retail environment. So really being able to have access to that kind of supplier for a homeowner is invaluable. And those people know, they know what you need. They've got a bigger selection. They're dealing with builders. They're dealing with people who are very good at what they do. And you're able to get the pricing and the service that a contractor can get without having to go in and set up, say, an account so that it's all run under your name and things like that. And then again, just avoiding the time, because the more time, if I can order things at night, then I don't have to do that between 8 and 5 when everybody's open. And I'm so busy between 7 and 6 that I don't have time to get on the phone for 15, 20 minutes, call somebody, have it ordered, or go to Lowe's. I mean, that's an hour. Any big box store is an hour at least out of my day. And, depending on what you do for a living, you don't have time for that. Definitely.
Now, John, typically the more convenient a service is, the more expensive it is. Is that the case with OrderOnSite.com? Are people paying a premium price for the materials?
No, not at all. I mean, part of the goal of Order on Site was to get what you can call contractor pricing, so to speak, for everybody. So you're getting a better price, and it's being delivered for free. So there really is no premium in any segment of the business for the end user, which is really, it almost seems too good to be true, but it's not. It's a great product at great prices, and it's delivered to you for free.
Now, some of the big box stores have done a terrific job of kind of making the consumer feel like they're going to get the best prices at those big box stores rather than going to maybe a local lumber yard where these materials are originating from. Is that true?
Well, I think it's that they've done a great job of making you think that, which is what they do. They spend a lot of money on marketing, and you think because it's a great big warehouse you're getting a great price, but it's simply not the case. What you've got is thousands of lumber yards and other suppliers throughout the country that are able to team up, and when they team up, they get great pricing from the suppliers, from the people who are milling the wood and that type of thing. So they actually have better pricing than you get at the big box store, and we're able to pass that through to the consumer through Order on Site.
Great. Now, the slogan for OrderOnSite.com is from website to job site. And here we are on the website, and we're going to ask Matt, to the homeowner here, to kind of give us a demonstration and let our listeners, viewers, and readers see for themselves how easy or difficult this is to order materials on OrderOnSite.com.
Sure. Well, when I got to the sheetrocking stage of this, I had a fella come in and tell me what exactly he would need to complete this job.
This was after you had ordered the framing materials and everything else?
Correct. I had already ordered. The house was framed. I had ordered everything, and everything showed up. It was spot on. So after that, I was getting ready to sheetrock. So I had a guy come in and say, because I have no idea, but he knew exactly how many sheets he would need. So I said, "How many sheets do you need? How many buckets of mud?" He gave me a list, and then I actually went over to my truck right here on the job site and pulled out my computer and got everything ordered. And it's very simple. You log in, and then you go to your page, and then whatever you need, you pick your category. We'll go to drywall. We need 1/2 inch. We'll do 4x12 sheets of 1/2 inch plywood, and for this, or sheetrock, we needed 60 sheets. So I type it in there, and it pops up right down here at the bottom. And then I also needed mud, 5-gallon buckets of ready mix. We needed 5 of those, so I'll put in 5 there. And then I also needed, let's see, he wanted some 45-minute setting compound. He needed 1 bucket of that, or 1 bag of that. And then you can also get nails, screws. Needed a couple boxes of screws, 2 of those. Some corner bead right here, metal corner bead, 12, you needed 4 of those. And then joint tape, 500-foot rolls. We really only needed 1 of those, but we ordered 2, so we'll order 2. So just like that, that's all the materials that it actually took to sheetrock the inside of this house. And I just ordered, it's all right there, and I could just click continue, place the order, but I've already done it and I don't want to do it again. But there, it's in the totals right down there at the bottom. You know exactly what you're paying for it, and there's no middleman. It comes straight to my job site, and that's as easy as it gets right there. I don't have to call somebody, get pricing. I don't have to compare prices, which I have done to the big box stores, and I know that I'm getting a better price right here. So there's no question to me. If I need anything, I just go in here, type it in, and it appears on my doorstep. And there's just really, it's hard to put a price on how convenient that is, the amount of time it saves, and just the headaches that it saves. Because that's it. That's a drywall order. Done.
Now, obviously, in whether you're renovating a house or building a new house, there are stages that happen in the construction. And John, could a do-it-yourselfer or a buy-it-yourselfer place an order and then give a specific date for it to be, or does it have to be like the day before or something like that?
You've got a place when you get ready to place your order where you give delivery instructions. So if we wanted it delivered on June 1st and we place the order today, we just simply type into the delivery instructions, please deliver, between 7 and 9 a.m. on June 1st, and that would be that. And it goes off to the appropriate spot with the vendor, and then it gets delivered to you on June 1st between 7 and 9.
Some people are a little bit tech challenged when it comes to computers. What would you say the difficulty level of using orderonsite.com is?
I mean, it's as long as you know what you're looking for, as long as you know what you need to complete your project, it couldn't be easier. I mean, you saw how long it takes to do just that, and I mean that's a pretty big order of materials, and it's very simple to use. And everything's laid out really well. It definitely makes sense to do it the way it's set up, and it's very simple. And going back to what you asked John as well, I have probably 4 different estimates that are in here right now. And like last night, I started working on my trim package for in here, and as I go, I can sit there and add it up, and I've just got it all in here, and I'm not ready for it yet, but I'll probably order it tomorrow or the next day, and I can just click on it when I'm ready and be done with it.
Now, you mentioned the trim package. There are thousands of different types of moldings that are available. How do you sort through all that to, can that be a little overwhelming for a do-it-yourselfer or a buy-it-yourselfer?
I mean, to some degree it is. Like I said, you do need to know what you're looking for. And trim, I would say, is a little bit more involved than just 2x4s and dimensional lumber, but it is user friendly in that regard. I mean, you do have a lot of options. I wouldn't say that it's just staggering. It's not an overwhelming feeling to go in there. You pull it up and it says 5 1/4 baseboard, and that's what you're going to get. And it has a very good explanation of exactly of what it is. You can go to millwork and you hover over what you need, and it explains that it's that's pine, finger jointed pine, this and that, and it's right there. It's pretty laid out for you.
Yeah, we're gonna add pictures and renderings of some of the molding profiles, so that when you go to it and you hover over that particular item, you're gonna see a profile of what you're ordering, and that's something that we're adding right now. It's going to be coming.
If a homeowner, do-it-yourself or a buy-it-yourselfer, did have some questions, like let's say they're looking at that finger joint molding that you're talking about, which is typically painted and not stained, are there options to ask those types of questions?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a customer service email address on there, which you can just simply log in, and when you're there, you can email us any questions you can have, and you can also call. We have a local phone number on the website. It's at the top of every page, so it's as simple as making a phone call if you need to, and we can get answers to you that way.
Great. Okay. Now, Matt, you're building this guest cottage here, new construction, and on the same site you've got a house over here that you're going to be renovating, and you're planning to use orderonsite.com for the renovation of the other house too.
Absolutely, and I already have on. I've probably had 10 different orders placed for the renovation over there. Everything from studs to drywall. And I will be ordering my trim package through that as well. And that's, since that house is not a priority for me like this is, it really makes it easy, because I don't have to remember at the end of the day to go by the big box store and pick up a couple pieces of molding or whatever. So it's very convenient for that. But yeah, I've placed at least 10 orders just for that house alone, not counting what I've done over here. And I've used it for probably another 5 or 6 jobs outside of these, that it's so much easier to just be able to do it from home on the couch and have it ready for the next day or the day after. So I use it as often as I can get away with, for sure.
Good deal. John, anything you want to add before we wrap things up?
Well, it really is this simple. This is the way that you should be ordering your lumber. I mean, that's you. If you're used to using an Amazon.com or somebody like that, this is just as simple, if not simpler. And you don't have to figure out how you're going to get large items back to the house or job site or what have you. This is the simplest way to order lumber and building materials at OrderOnSite.com.
Great. And how about you, Matt? Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I mean, I agree with what John said. I mean, it's the convenience factor. When I first learned about it, I did feel like, oh, there's too much. I don't know that you can make it work, because there are so many options in this business, and they've done a very good job of paring it down and making it simple enough that you can find exactly what you need without actually, running all over, or even running down the huge lane at the big box store. And it's the time that it saves it for the professional or for the do-it-yourselfer is invaluable. I do think about the example of someone wanting to build a deck or a porch or something on their house and not having to spend the first half of the day at the big box store renting a truck to get all the stuff back to the house. I mean, if you work Monday through Friday, order it on Friday, or order it on Thursday, it's there Friday, and you're ready first thing when you wake up Saturday morning. And it's just, it's hard to put a price on how convenient that is.
That's true. John, how can folks learn more about OrderOnSite.com and also contact information for Riverland Builders?
Well, the easiest thing is just to go to OrderOnSite.com, www.OrderOnSite.com, and it's right there. All the information's on the homepage. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you have specific questions, people can call me directly, both about Order on Site or Riverland Builders, and my phone number is 693-2117, and people should feel free to call me directly. And like I said, you can just go to OrderOnSite.com and get all the information you need.
And is OrderOnSite.com available in other cities? Is this a franchise or something like that?
Well, right now it's just for the Tri-County area of Charleston, but we have plans probably within the year to be in other cities. So we want to be a brand unto itself throughout the country.
So this OrderOnSite.com is a website that was created right here in Charleston, created by you, John Goldfarb, and your partner. It's being tested and rolled out right here in Charleston, South Carolina. That's impressive.
Yeah, I think it's a unique, most of the time you hear about these types of websites, they come from other places. Haven't been known for being a tech hotbed, so to speak, but I think Charleston's certainly growing in that direction. And, we hope that one day folks in, California will be talking about a small startup from Charleston.
I believe they will. Well, great. Well, we have been talking with John Goldfarb, custom builder, the owner of Riverland Builders, and also the creator of OrderOnSite.com, and also Matt Brown, the homeowner, who has built this new construction, this cottage, with materials ordered entirely online at OrderOnSite.com. A first for Charleston, a first for South Carolina, and probably the first for the nation.
Absolutely. It's worked well.
All right, great. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you.